people say I'm not the top quarterback is what are y'all going based off of? Like, obviously, it got to be some type of external hate that you have for the family, for the last name, for anything.
Is you mad that his 6th-round contract is more than your first contract?
The Shedeur Sanders conversation gets ridiculous when you start calling him out of his name, speaking on him being entitled, saying he needs to be humbled, or speaking that his confidence is anything other than, hurting your feelings and making you feel insecure. And it seems like Cris Carter is an NFL legend who really thinks Shedeur Sanders deserved to be humbled in a certain way. Now, I am one that thinks that Shedeur is always humble. I think he accepted it humbly. He would have accepted it humbly if he was number 1 overall, anything else in between. But it seems like NFL greats have different perspectives. So let's hear what Cris Carter thought on the situation and losing on millions of dollars. He said specifically, Cris Carter is going to speak on the money and the millions that he lost for sure.
All right. So what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
Okay. What? Okay. A lot of people think that.
Because they wouldn't be able to keep a secret like that. And
so they might do it, but they couldn't shut up about it.
They wouldn't be able to shut up about it. But every owner is very, very selfish. Now, why would I do something to my detriment? Like if I need a quarterback and I think this kid is it, what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously he could have done a lot better in that. Mm-hmm. A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled.
Which meeting? Like, because they said Brian DeBall, the Giants coach, had said he didn't like the meeting. He asked him, he had some book, was his playbook or something he was supposed to know, and he said he felt weird about it. I don't know who else said they didn't like the meeting with him. Or were just people behind the scenes saying they did?
Well, the thing about it, they didn't draft him.
I know that.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big-time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic.
I'm sorry. I got to stop him because Shedeur Sanders consistently has been, praised for his timing and being able to be able to throw people open, tight windows and stuff like that. That's been like a hallmark of his game. But again, arm, athleticism, cool. But we're not going.
Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first-round measurables, but he played football like a first-rounder.
But his tape is first-round tape. But his measurables are not first-round measurables.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. Right now, he's working check to check, man. Like he's not going to get a big signing bonus. There's not going to be a big guarantee. Any day they want to get rid of him in the week, they can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought were highly questionable for my franchise quarterback.
So like what?
When he was working out with Cam Ward, him and Cam Ward, the number one pick.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to cut a rap video together? No, I want to be known as a football player.
Okay.
He's like, what
all right. I'm tired of these old heads, dog. Golly. I didn't want to say it, but I was like, dog, this just sounds like who has problems that Deion Sanders is remembered way more popularly than Cris Carter. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a bitter old dude talking about, you saw that one interview, that Twitter interview, that one clip, that one out of context clip ruined. So here is the infamous clip.
On perfect time already.
Come on, bro, let's make a song. Let's drop one, real shit. I play football. Here we go.
Yeah, football.
I play football. You ain't got no hobbies outside of that? I play football. That's the only thing I want people to know me as, football player.
Dog, and they're playing Yeet in the background, so I can't keep playing it.
I play football. That's all I do. I play football. I get remembered for football. He sees the cameras on him. It's a joke, dog. But you're old, so I don't expect you to know that. This is nasty. This is some nasty stuff from Cris Carter, and he's a Hall of Famer who's relishing in the fact that someone's getting taught a lesson, and that's how you know he's nasty. Oh well, he's got his own line. How are you gonna say in the same breath, oh hey, you're making no real money, XYZ, and then say, oh but you shouldn't have made a clothing brand? What? So you gonna call me broke? That's what you just said. You said, oh, you're not gonna make no real money, but why are you trying to do things yourself? What you want? What, if NFL ain't gonna pay me, what you want me to do? You want me just to sit around like y'all bums did back in the NFL? Huh? Back in your day? Because you mad that his 6th-round contract is more than your first contract? Is that the problem? Is that the issue? I think he feels it. Like I can't with this disingenuous. I can't when ex Hall of Famers scroll Twitter for a little bit and they think that's what it is. He has not referenced any inside information. He has referenced things that I've pulled up in tweets, and he is an NFL media representative, or was at one point. I'm not sure if he's still in NFL media or ESPN media or whatever. This is nasty. This is nastiness, and this is going to keep happening for the next few months. You're going to see grifters pop up. You're going to see people who don't know about football. Now, luckily, he's a Hall of Famer, so he can get it off by just looking at tweets or whatever. This is nasty. Let's let him finish. What
you do for fun is I play football.
Why wouldn't you sit down with people? And something these kids never understand, even if you're a top 10 pick, you're in the NFL for a long time. Yeah. So your interview, your tape, people in the room that see you, someone can like you in the room. They might not draft you 5-10 years later, man.
You're looking for a guy, you're looking to trade, and they remember your interview.
Yes. It's a small world. This whole thing with Deion and the media and everything, like it's out of control. Like it did not help him. It helped him make money in college because he got followers, but it actually hurt him as far as him getting a job as an NFL quarterback.
You mean as Shedeur, his social media stuff with Shedeur?
Yes.
It hurt him.
Yeah. What else hurt him?
I know you've
let me tell you what he understands today.
Okay.
He ain't running shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. They taught him a great lesson.
Okay.
Like, you don't have this figured out. Your dad don't have this figured out.
Who's they? NFL?
Shedeur?
The world? No, who told you? Said.
See, and this is what happens when you're old, senile ass. You start yapping, right? See, I can yap, but my head's not fried like yours is with that much CTE, big dog. So when I'm gonna say things, they might sound a little bit more coherent. Not that much coherent because I'd be yapping. You just earlier said no one's colluding, no one's doing anything. Oh, and then you get to the end. You know what they did? They taught him a lesson. And you're reveling in that. You're so excited to say, you know what? Deion Sanders, the NFL great, Hall of Famer, multiple Super Bowl championship winning cornerback who's recognized as one of the greatest athletes, period, and is currently in a head coaching position, turning around a historic football program, who also brought a light to HBCUs. Dog, I don't like this. I don't like when I'm gonna say it, when somebody similarly of the same ilk is talking disparagingly. This is not you being real, dog. This is not you being. You're saying that I watched the answers. We've watched the answers. I've watched the answers. I see confidence. I see him wanting that. Go watch the interviews of when he's asked about his dad. And we're literally about to get into the interviews. That's literally what we're about to watch next. He wants to talk about answers. I got the answers for you, and we're going to talk about how terrible of a person he is. But no, this is just an old dude rambling. It sounds like old embitteredness, right? Does that even make sense? Does that even make sense? Oh, they're humbling after saying, oh no, they would never do something negative. So which one is it? Would a team never do something negative and detrimental and just draft him, even if he is a headache, even if he's such a headache? Oh, I want him anyway. Is it that, or is it they taught him a lesson? They humbled him. They showed Deion Sanders. They showed Shedeur Sanders. Why does Deion Sanders need to be shown anything? oh, because he was saying that he was gonna force certain places with Travis and Shedeur. You can't do that. Why? Because Shedeur Sanders isn't the same talent as Eli. I don't think that. I don't care. It's still my son, and I'm still a great. And matter of fact, Deion Sanders was way more of a contributor than Eli and Peyton's father. So yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, Arch wasn't swinging a stick like Deion Sanders was. He wasn't on the same level. And no disrespect to Archie, because I mean the Manning family is one of the biggest pieces of royalty in the world of goddamn football. But I'm saying from Deion's perspective, in response to Cris Carter, why? Wait. What have I not done? And this is where it gets me messed up. This is where it really gets me messed up. The way that y'all talk about Deion Sanders is it's purely out of bitterness, because these other head coaches don't get talked about like this. It's crazy to me that y'all talk about him and what he's, and when you talk about what he's given to college football as a player, what he's given to the NFL as a player, the millions upon maybe billion of dollars that he's produced for the NFL, the time that he spent going back to be an NFL personality, making them more money. So this isn't a this isn't a coincidence, Cris Carter. This I can see through your old ass. I see it. All of a sudden now you're happy. This has, again. So when people ask what did Deion Sanders do to make Shedeur Sanders go, this is what it is. Cris Carter is not mad at Shedeur. He's not mad at Shedeur. He's mad at Deion Sanders. He's mad at the reputation Deion Sanders. He's mad that people talks about him. He's mad that, I guess, he talks about God. Like, what about Deion Sanders, other than saying, hey, I believe the impact that I've had on football, I should be able to dictate where my son goes. Is that bad? Again, Cris Carter, someone who works for people, right? And, you know, Prime has bosses and stuff, but he comfortably works for people, doesn't probably have any other ambitions to own shit, right? Somebody like that, it's whatever. It's listen to whatever the person says. You got to be humbled. You got to learn the way the ropes. Nah, dog, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of old people trying to, living in your last days, or older bitter people. Because let me get this right. Because it's not that he's old. That the old people aren't the problem. He's old and bitter. That is very important, because do not disrespect your elders. Don't get it twisted. Let's not do that. Deion's old. Deion Sanders is old. But clearly he has a different perspective. Clearly he likes to speak love and truth into people. There's plenty of your elders. Please respect them, but also understand the difference between someone who is clearly not even mad at Shedeur, but is more so mad that Deion Sanders' son or Deion Sanders had the gall to even want to say some of the things he can say. So let's hear what was so terrible, so awful about about Shedeur Sanders.
If you don't go number one, are you the type that holds a grudge forever?
Why would I be mad? You gotta understand. I think about it like this. These are good problems to have.
I completely agree.
You could be in a way worse situation.
And I can't, because they're playing, copyrighted music. I was trying to find this actual interview. I couldn't find it. But yeah, this whole interview, he was just talking about like, hey, I don't see what the problem is. I don't see what the issue is. This is great. I don't care what spot it is. So for all these people saying, oh, he's a diva, he's this, he's entitled. Where is that? Shouldn't it come out right here? Again, I don't disagree that he might have been bad on the whiteboard. That's, hey, good points were made. And he throws his teammates under the bus.
Travis Hunter, LeJontay Wester, Will Shepard, and Jimmy Horn.
What about?
Come on now. He, at his combine interview, they ask him about receivers he wants to throw to. He don't shout out NFL receivers. Oh, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to do it big, but you know what I mean? Nah, hey, how about I shout out a now undrafted free agent who got signed, a sixth in 2 6-round picks, and of course Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he's throwing I guess he's a teammate thrower under the bus, right? And how does Shedeur Sanders feel about all the media coming out about
it? It's easy meeting with people because I'm gonna just be myself. So it's like you either like it or you don't. because I've done it at 2 locations already. So it's simple. So that's why when people say I'm not, one of the top quarterbacks or the top quarterback, is what are y'all going based off of? Because I did it year after year after year, and you see the progression. So it's like, obviously, it got to be some type of external hate that you have for the family, for the last name, for anything, because I know I proved myself on the field. Yeah, it was easy meeting with people.
I'm not even talking. Sorry about that. But you can kind of see where I think some people's hate is derived from, right? Even though I don't think it's right, I don't think it's justified. But that level of confidence, that level of really, you know what I'm saying, understanding the moment, understanding what he has, understanding and respecting what he's done at the collegiate level is far too many times. As I start, speaking on the NFL, look, just because I'm just not speaking on the NFL, I know about the NFL, and the common thing in the NFL, especially with the fandom, when you speak about achievements and stuff like that, collegiate achievements get thrown to the wayside. National championship, Heisman, it don't really matter how many Super Bowls you got, son, huh? That's what happens when you get to the NFL. It's a whole different standard, whole different standpoint, right? And he's been consistent about this point, right? I feel like this is the most infamous interview that got him, quote unquote, in trouble, right? Hey, I'm a culture changer, right?
I've been through 6 different OCs, so I'm able to adjust to any offense and every scheme and make it work. We went from Jackson State to Colorado and changed 2 programs back to back. So you don't think I could come to an NFL franchise and change the program again? It's history. We done it again. It's always going to repeat itself.
So again, the confidence comes from a bit of logic, right? But this is something he said. That's at the combine.
We changed the program in Jackson. We went to Colorado, changed the program, and we did everything people didn't think we was able to do. So that's why I know I'm the most guaranteed risk you could take.
What do you know you can bring?
A lot of wins. We changed the program in Jackson. We went to Colorado, changed the program, and we did everything people didn't think we was able to do.
So I think it could be fair that maybe maybe Shedeur's team, maybe Deion Sanders' thing, and Brett Colorman, Texas fan. He's a fake Texas fan because he works for the Chargers. After some thought, he says, I think part of the issue for the Shedeur Sanders camp is that they didn't hire an agent. An agent's job is to give the client an accurate range of where they're projected to go so they know how to navigate the process. Shedeur approached the process like a top 5 pick because that's what the Sanders family honestly thought he was going to be. And unfortunately, they didn't have anyone in their circle to tell them otherwise. If he went into it knowing teams had day 2 grades on him, who knows? He may have done things differently. That's why agents are important. And I think that is one of the better points that we're not speaking about. I know Shiloh made the joke, but in every joke there's a little truth in it, and I do think that would have helped him. I don't think he necessarily needed to be at the combine. I don't think he needed to, but he definitely needed somebody with inside NFL knowledge to be like, hey, why aren't you doing board work? Like that should have been, hey, by the way, they're gonna ask you about this, right? Like Deion Sanders, he's been through the draft process as a defensive player. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He knows what the draft and the combine and those questions look like from a defensive side and from a projected, all-world talent. You know what I mean? But for a quarterback who's going to, his bread's going to be buttered on great placement and accuracy and knowledge and his noggin, right? Why are we having bad board days, right? Why are we not doing that? And I know probably what happened, and now we're kind of seeing it unravel. Again, I think it's a tale of a lot of things. And Cris Carter is, I don't know, man, that's nasty. He deserves it. He don't run this. Again, it doesn't sound like somebody who's being honest, or it doesn't sound like someone who doesn't have something a little more hatred deep for something else. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't adding up for me. But he made some good points, some not so great points. You know what I'm saying? Some of it was yapping. I'll be yapping. Appreciate y'all listening to me for yapping. I hope you liked the video. If you do, like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content, draft content. I guess we're doing Shedeur Sanders content now. Like you know the meme. You know what I mean. Anyway, subscribe if you enjoy football content, man. Hit the bell icon. Keep being great. Keep your head up. You know you're great. So keep doing it. Keep believing it. Keep shining that light, man. We see you next time. Peace.